Upper Rank 3 Akaza. Akaza is the third strongest demon under Muzan Kibutsuji as the Upper Rank 3. From the Demon Slayer Corps side, he is the detestable villain that killed the Flame Pillar, Kyojuro Rengoku, during the Infinity Train arc. But why does he have the popularity that tops most of the cast? Akaza is strong, but his popularity is most likely linked to his sad background, his life as a human, and his many character settings. Personally, every time Akaza's setting was revealed, I was dumbfounded by how detailed the writer thought out his character. Today, we'll be taking a deep dive into a couple of Akaza's well-built settings. We'll also look into Akaza's human name and its meaning, as well as his blood demon techniques and tattoos. So, stick around till the end. Warning, there will be spoilers and personal judgments, so continue at your own risk. Who is Akaza? First, let's look at who Akaza was as a human and how he became a demon in the first place. Akaza's name when he was a human was Hakuji. Hakuji spent his days stealing to pay for his sick father's medicine. He received many punishments for his crimes, and we were shown a few scenes of him receiving tattoos marking him a criminal. This type of punishment was actually done during the mid to late Edo period. So, we now know that Hakuji was born during this era. After losing his father and becoming self-destructive, Keizo, the Soryu Dojo master, took him in to put him back on the right path. After taking him in, Keizo asked Hakuji to take care of his sick daughter, Koyuki. Hakuji took on the caretaker role, stayed with Keizo, and eventually, Koyuki fell in love with Hakuji and his kindness. The two got together, but their happy life didn't last for long. One man got jealous of Hakuji and Koyuki's marriage and poisoned Keizo's well. Keizo and Koyuki was poisoned to death. Out of rage, Hakuji murdered 67 people, including the man responsible for their deaths. And during his rampage, Muzan appeared. Hearing about his mass homicide, he came to turn Hakuji into a demon. Hakuji simply said, "I just don't care anymore," and began his new life as a demon. Muzan made Hakuji throw away his human name and renamed him Akaza. Akaza worked hard to become the Upper Rank 3, but he didn't get stronger by eating that many humans, but instead by simply training. Of course, he did eat humans from time to time, but he refused to eat women. His stoic personality must be another reason for his popularity. Even after losing his human memories, subconsciously, he still remembered Koyuki. With this information in mind, let's look deeper into Akaza's name, his tattoo markings, blood demon techniques, destructive death compass needle, and his final moments. Name. There is a scene showing Keizo and his opinions on Hakuji's name. He said the Haku in Hakuji comes from the Koma in Koma-inu, and that he needs to protect something the same way the Koma-inu protects its shrine. That was when he had his father, Koyuki, and Keizo to protect. The name Muzan gave him, Akaza, also has a dog-related kanji. The A in Akaza means castrated dog. It seems so far from the martial artist we imagine as Akaza. Of course, neutering itself has nothing to do with him. However, for a dog to be castrated means for him to become an owned dog. This shows that he went from being the guardian dog to Muzan's pet. Diving even deeper, Akaza's Ka means whole, or to hide oneself. The Za means to sit. In other words, putting his name together, it makes a pet dog sitting out of sight. It secretly tells us Akaza's true feelings, as he lost everything he meant to protect, leading him to not caring about anything anymore. By the way, it's said that all the upper ranks were named after diseases, and Akaza was modeled after the contagious disease, measles. In the past, measles were called akamogasa in Japanese, which sounds similar to Akaza. Measles cause high fevers and rashes all over the body. So even that is similar to Akaza and his tattoo patterns. Tattoos. Akaza has blue tattoo-like marks all over his body. When he was still a human, Hakuji was given criminal tattoos as punishment for stealing for his father's sake. They were to mark him as a sinner, but Hakuji didn't get his entire body tattooed, just 3 strips on each arm. In Volume 18, the author wrote an extra piece of information saying he was told by his father to live a decent life, but perhaps because he stacked sin on top of sin as a demon, the tattoos merged with his demon marks and spread across his body. In other words, though it looked like the tattoo spread across his body as soon as he turned into a demon, it wasn't initially like that. It spread as a result of him killing people as a demon. Speaking of demon marks, when fighting Upper Rank 6 Daki, Nezuko also had marks in her awakened state, the marks resembling plant vines and leaves. With those marks and her horns, Nezuko's fighting power multiplied, similar to when demon slayers awakened their marks. If that's the case, then it could mean that Akaza got demon patterns like the Demon Slayer marks and got even stronger. Then the patterns merged with the tattoos he received while he was a human. The point is that the patterns didn't merge because he simply got stronger, but because he didn't live in a decent way. Akaza had lost his human memories until just before he dissolved. Even so, his father's wish for him to live decently was etched into Akaza's soul. It was almost like Akaza was keeping himself in check because he had no one else to do it for him. Blood Demon Techniques. In Demon Slayer, there are demons with special powers called Blood Demon Techniques. But in Akaza's case, he doesn't have simple Blood Demon Techniques, but combines them with his own martial arts. The martial arts themselves, or at least the stances and movements, are probably the Soryu arts he learned from Keizo. The author revealed that all of Akaza's moves are based on his human memories. First, let's look at the center of Akaza's fighting style, Destructive Death, Compass Needle. By activating a circle on the ground, he can sense his opponent's fighting will and predict their next move. Even a baby with no intention of fighting emits a fighting will, so unless the opponent reaches the transparent world level, they will get picked up by the compass needle. Of course, it only reacts to their fighting will, so it won't block attacks or hit them. Those are all done by Akaza's own skills. They are the result of hundreds of years of training. In the official fanbook, it was revealed that Akaza spent more time training than eating humans. Destructive Death Compass Needle is shaped like a snowflake. It's almost identical to Koyuki's hairpiece. The next 6 Blood Demon techniques that Akaza used during the Infinity Castle battle are all named after fireworks: Flurry, Flying Planet, Thousand Wheels, Willow, Blue Silver Chaotic, Afterglow, Crown, Splitter, and 8-Layered Core, in Japanese, are all firework-related words. Hakuji promised Koyuki that he would become stronger than anyone else and protect her for the rest of his life. This promise was made under fireworks, becoming a very important memory. Considering he lost his human memories, too many things are linked to Koyuki. Koyuki played a very important role till the very end. When Akaza's head was cut off, he tried to regenerate. She was the one who stopped him. Akazas Finale. In the Infinity Castle, Tanjiro Kamado and Gyu Tomioka went up against Akaza, and though Akaza had the advantage in the beginning, Tanjiro acquiring the transparent world led to his defeat. However, in his efforts to get stronger, he nearly overcomes his weakness of getting his head cut off. During the evolution, he regained his human memories. This is where we find out why he wants strength so badly, and why he despises the weak so much. He wants strength because of his promise to Koyuki under the fireworks, and he hates the weak because there was a cowardly man who used unfair tricks. The man who used unfair tricks, in other words, the man who poisoned Keizo's well. That man loved Koyuki, but he was very violent and arrogant, not caring enough about Koyuki's sick body. Unable to win against Hakuji in terms of strength or kindness. After hearing about Hakuji and Koyuki's marriage, he poisoned Keizo and Koyuki out of jealousy. It seems like the author wanted to put the whole story into the actual series, but because of how long it ended up, they put it into an extra bit. The author really thought this background through. When Akaza fought Kyojuro, he was depicted as a demon that just sorted the strong and the weak, so Kyojuro's awesomeness really stood out. But it turns out there was a secret episode. In the end, Akaza realized that he himself was a weak person too. He didn't have enough patience. He used the Soryu style to kill instead of protect, and he couldn't even fulfill his father's last wishes. That's why he accepted defeat so easily, even ending with a smile and attacking himself. Muzan attempted to regain control over Akaza, but Koyuki reappeared and forgave him, letting him disappear. By the way, it turns out that snow has a spiritual meaning of forgiveness and purification. Koyuki's name and her hairpiece was foreshadowing this all along. That's all today about Akaza. A lot of Akaza was linked to his sad past and human life, and his demon life was full of revelation and foreshadowing. Upper Rank 4, Hantenku, only revealed his human life during his final flashback, and Upper Rank 5, Gyokko, didn't even make it into the official story, only being revealed in the official fanbook. Taking that into consideration, the title Upper Rank 3 was just as important to the readers as it was to Muzan. After fighting Kyojuro, when running from the sunlight, Tanjiro screamed at him, "Rengoku-san didn't lose, no one died." This was to honor Kyojiro's hard work, not letting any of the passengers or his juniors die. But it also involved Akaza. Akaza, running away from the sunlight, might not have heard Tanjiro's words. Even if they didn't reach him, Akaza didn't remember his human life at this point, so he might not have thought anything of them. However, if he did remember his human life then, those words would have hit hard. In the end, Akaza couldn't protect anyone he loved. Not his father, not Keizo, not Koyuki. It was almost like he was saying, "Rengoku-san didn't let anyone die. What about you? You let everyone you cared about die." It might have hurt him more than Muzan's extreme harassment. Personally, on top of feeling impressed by Tanjiro's word choice, I was reminded of just how amazing Demon Slayer's author is. What did you think? How did you feel about Akaza's tragic past and all of the well-built character settings the author created? Comment down below. Thanks for watching. We have more amazing videos coming up, so subscribe so you don't miss out the next one. We'll see you next time.